Welcome in, everyone, to the Game or Die Show. My name is Ryan Moore, and tonight we're going to be playing a little bit more Metroid Prime Remastered. This is a game that came out a couple years ago, and it originally was several decades ago, back in the early 2000s on the GameCube. I actually really love Metroid, and it is our game of the month on Discord, and man, I'm so excited. We played a few hours of it last night, and I kind of just was super having a good time. All day today, I kept going, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to play this game. I just couldn't stop thinking about it, so I want to just jump right in. Hash Brown, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hi. I hope you're doing well. We left off about 2.5, 3 hours into the game, and this is my first time playing the game all the way through. I've played it several times for the first few couple hours, but never actually followed all the way through with it. I played it in VR as well, and that's a crazy experience, but I didn't want to mess around with a VR headset for this particular game right now because I wanted to experience the remastered version. But enough rambling from me. Let's dive into the game of the month for April 2025, Metroid Prime Remastered. Okay, so here we are, and we're gonna just load up where we left off last night. And man, like I said, I'm so excited to play this game. I could not stop thinking about it this afternoon while at work. I just kept going, oh my gosh, I wanna play, I wanna play, I wanna play. And if you are familiar with my channel at all, I normally stream 11 o'clock Central Time Zone every night. However, we're in the middle of a huge, massive storm to the point where we might have a tornado on our hands in a little bit. And so I wanted to make sure that I got some actual game time in. Speaker box keeps breaking, and I'm super bummed about that. Give me 1 second. I'm having some pretty weird chat issues lately, so I do apologize for that. But we'll get into this in just a second. Switch to, oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about. In the Discord, I put out a poll saying, hey, I'm gonna have a little bit of free time this afternoon. Should I record a video? Should I do a podcast episode, like a quick podcast, or should I do a written article? I had zero time today, so I didn't get to do anything, and I'm super bummed out. So I figured we'll just talk about Switch 2 stuff tonight. And yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much to it. There is a ton of Switch 2 news. A, the price. B, the release date. C, the price of the games, which is kind of a big issue I posted earlier today. And oh my gosh, that post went kind of crazy. It was like my biggest post. Incoming scan, fluid pattern analyzed. Bah. What's up, Zfler? How are you doing tonight? Zeffler, sorry. The TTS always throws me off with your name. It says Z3fler. Yeah, 120 frames per second. That's gonna be nice and buttery smooth. Wait, hold on. Okay, so. Oh yeah. The Sun Chamber, toxin source located. All right. Ooh, Delta Rune. Chapters 1 through 4. All right. I have not really kept up with Deltarune stuff at all because I'm just kind of waiting for everything to be finished before I dive head first into all of that. So so new chapters are coming out? That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for that. 1+2, you know, the remaster of 1 and 2 back in 2020. That was so good. The only thing is, I will say this, I'm cautiously optimistic because it is made by, ooh, we could probably scan these. Path of corruption leads even higher. Okay. It is made by Iron Galaxy this time instead of Vicarious Visions. Vicarious Visions, man, they knocked it out of the park. However, Iron Galaxy does not have a very good reputation. And so I'm cautiously optimistic about it because Vicarious Vision doesn't exist anymore. They got dissolved and just made into a Call of Duty and World of Warcraft studio, like a support studio, which was a bummer. Yeah, open world Mario Kart, man. How cool is that gonna be? I'm so excited. Okay, give me a second here. I'm totally lost on where we need to go. Okay, so we need to go left and then up, if we can. Left and then back. Back into the left. Yeah, $80 for digital. That's just digital. If you want physical, it's $90. That's nuts, dude. That is crazy. I don't know where they got the gumption for that, but oh boy, they really got some cojones there, as the Mexicans would say. It's okay. I'm married to a Mexican, so I can say that. It's not racist, all right? But yeah, no, they kind of went off the reservation on that one. I was just like, I don't know about that. Yeah, and the GameCube stuff too, like actually having GameCube games on their digital, you know, what is it, online pass? Awesome, cool. More games that people can play, the better. Yeah, they're Nintendo. They're Nintendo. They have in the past earned it. I don't know how much they continue to earn it though. Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no. That was bad. That was real bad. I did not mean to do that. All right. Where am I going here? So we could go back this way. Let's try that. Let's go back that way. VR is, I love, and I will go back to bat for VR anytime, any day of the week. It is one of my favorite things in the entire world. However, VR is very, very niche, and it will be for quite a while longer. I fully recognize that, and it upsets me and it makes me sad, but it's just the way it is. So, oh my gosh, dude, what is going on? So Nintendo not being into VR at all does not surprise me. All right, new lore for Jozo lore. Let's see what they got here. Oh my gosh, dude, the button combination here. There we go. Was it purification? Yeah, the surges of negative energy brought to by the meteor far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it is already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. Yeah, Tomodachi Life, dude. Like, out of nowhere, right? When was the last time anyone talked about Tomodachi Life and they just came out of left field with that? And also, the fact that, like, they had the Switch 1 Direct last week and then the Switch 2 Direct just a few days later today. Weirdos, man. Nintendo is just... they do their own thing, and love them or hate them for it. Well, at least they're interesting, you know? I wish that they would kind of be a little less obtuse sometimes. Oh, right. And that's going to hurt us. Okay. How much will the upgrades for the Switch 1 be? They haven't said specifically, but I think everyone's kind of anticipating about a $10 upgrade. That's usually the upgrade price from older to newer generations if you already own the game. But that is a very low precedent. That's only happened a few times. So it's kind of anyone's guess. Okay, where am I supposed to be going here? I'm a little lost. I wanted to go in here, but I don't think we can. If we go back through here, and go that way. Maybe we can do it that way. Because this is the heat area, and we can't do the heat area, right? Okay, so... And I don't think we can get up there. I don't think so. It says opened. With any beam, but I could not get up to that second area. So we'll go across the pond and back the way we came. Man, what a cool game, dude. The atmosphere in this game really is unparalleled. And I'm starting to get a feel for the control of it. It does feel very twitchy. Like, very twitchy. Extreme responsiveness, which I'm not really used to, but I like that. Dude, you beat Zelda 1 earlier this month. That's awesome. Congratulations. It's not the easiest game in the world to beat because it is very obtuse. It's very hard to navigate that game if you've never played it before. Yeah, that's straight up an achievement. Good job. Okay. So we wanted to go... Oh, I wanted to go up there, but I don't think I can. I think I backed out too much. Yeah, I think I backed out too much. Gil. Every time I do that, it always reminds me of the Great Muppet Caper when Kermit loses his memory and he gets amnesia and he becomes Gil and he's in a diner with a bunch of other frogs and they keep going, Gil and Joe. I don't know why that just came to my mind. Oh, that was a bad one. I got hurt on that. Okay. So there is the magnet ball area with something. We need to get up there, but I don't know how to. I don't think we can really stop the flow of the poison yet. So let's just kind of go back and see what we can see here. Justin Bailey, yes. Put in the Justin Bailey code. It was interesting. I actually read an article where someone tracked him down. You know, this was probably like 2015, 2016, and tracked him down. And he's like, yep, I won the contest and whatever. I think that was it. I could be mixing that up with something else. I can't remember. Or was Justin Bailey just a random string that happened to... I'm pretty sure it was an actual dude. Sorry, sometimes my brain kind of takes all the insane amount of video game knowledge that I have, and sometimes they kind of get the wires crossed a little bit. Dude, I am stuck. I don't think we can go through. We can't go through here because this is a hot spot. This was the main area, and we can't go there too. And then over here. Oh, I know. So we were streaming last night and my phone just started blowing up and I was like, what's going on? Like, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and my phone like keeps vibrating while I'm streaming. And so I looked at it really quick and I noticed it was my friend group chat. And so I like paused and looked at it and went, oh no, I hope and I didn't want to say anything because number one, I didn't want to bum anyone else out during the stream. Number two, it was April Fool's Day yesterday, and I don't believe anything on the internet on April 1st, ever. And it was technically still like April Fool's for my friend group back in California, so I didn't believe it. And then after I ended the stream, I looked at it and kind of confirmed that he passed away, and I was so bummed out. I was like, oh, that sucks. You've only played the first Metroid. Well, I've got great news for you. There's so many other Metroid games that you get to play for the first time and experience it and have joy like I did. I only played the Metroid series, the 2D Metroid series, 1, 2, which was another remake, 3, Fusion, Mission Zero, like all of those. I only played them back in 2021 for the first time ever. I never was into the Prime or the Metroid series, but in 2021, I sat down and played through the entire 2D Metroid series, and boy, it was fun. So you've got some phenomenal games ahead of you to get to and play. Enjoy them because they are so stinking good. Like if you played Zelda 1 and you had a fun time, play Metroid. I will say if you want to, I would suggest playing Metroid Zero Mission. That's the one, right? Zero Mission over just regular Metroid, because it is Metroid, but better, like infinitely better. What did this say? The runic symbol has been activated. Okay, so we've activated that symbol. We're looking for symbols. Looking for symbols. It feels like we need the grappling hook to continue on, and we don't have that yet. So I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go yet, but we are finding symbols, and activating those does seem to do something. Sonic Adventure 2 on the Switch? I don't think that's going to happen. Sonic Adventure 2 is kind of an outlier. I mean, if it does happen, it will be emulated via the whatever the Switch Online storefront thing is. I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be a like a downloadable game to play or like a port. Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit stuck here. I don't remember the last time I played or watched Tombstone. It's been a while. It's been a while. But it's a great excuse now, or it's a bummer excuse, but I can watch it now and have a good time with it. You know what? I'm a little thirsty. Let's do this really quick. Let's crack one open with the boys. Get a cold, refreshing sippy sip of your sip stuff. And cheers, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good night. We're going to hang out and we're going to have some fun tonight. Cheers. All right. Sonic Adventure 2 is pretty pricey on eBay. Yeah, for the Dreamcast. Dreamcast games kind of went up a little bit. You heard an eagle? Yeah, Dreamcast games, man, they can get pricey. And I don't like it because I love the Dreamcast. It's one of my favorite systems, but when you get prices that go up like that, it's always a bummer. Okay, number one, we're gonna just save it really quick. I'm ABS, always be saving, right? Well, the Switch Switch 2 is for $450. If you want the bundle, which I'm gonna try and get the bundle with Mario Kart, because why not, right? I'm gonna get Mario Kart anyways. Why not get it bundled? But the pricing, you're not going to see a price drop for at least a year and a half, 2 years. Almost always. There's a very, very, very few times that consoles drop within the first 2 years of their release. I used to own a video game store, so I kind of have a lot of this knowledge in my brain. The only time that Nintendo has ever done that within the early time frame of a console was the 3DS. The 3DS flopped so hard that they actually did a big price drop. And if you bought within that first time period, I think it was 6 months, they did the Ambassador program where they gave away a lot of Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance virtual console games for the system. So if you already owned and bought into that system, they unlocked the Ambassador program that gave you access to download and play some Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy Advance games, you know, on the system for free, which was really cool. Dude, I'm telling you, I am lost right now. Okay. We need to get to this Sun System station. There's 3 or 4 possible ways, right? Here in this main area where we've gone up and it looks like we need a grapple, but we don't have the grapple. This area right here, which is just a little bit there. It looks like, what is that, an elevator? And that has the heat area, which we can't do. We don't have the suit for that, so that's probably not it. Or this way, which goes all the way down and then up. I don't know, but this looked like that was the area where we couldn't get that energy tank. It looked like there was an energy tank there, and it's really high up, you know, in the main area, the main hub world area. I don't think that's it either. So I think it's this main area that we have to get to somehow. We got to get up and over. So let's go back and try it. And at this point, if you know how I'm supposed to do it, I will ask to say you are allowed to help me right now. A little backseat driving is okay. Just so that I'm not sitting here running around for 50 minutes trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. 3DS was pretty underrated at the beginning of the lifespan of the console. Afterwards, dude, that thing went gangbusters for them for a while. Nope, I went the wrong way. This is one of the issues that I've had in my entire life with the Metroid series. Why I didn't play it when I was younger. I'm really bad at these maze-like areas and then trying to figure out, do I go here? Do I go there? Where do I go? That was always an issue for me. So the backtracking and the maze-like levels. I remember I actually got the 3DS because I had the game store at the time. And so I got distributors to give me it for, buy a few of them before the price drop, but give me the actual price drop price for it, which was great. Oh, dude, Symphony of the Night is fantastic. Hey, look at that. How did I miss this? This is right there. I thought I grabbed it. Okay. So our goal here is to somehow get from this side to up there, right? That is our goal, to get on that area. Now, we don't have a good like jump here. We can't roll. Oh, we can roll in here. Okay. I was trying to do that and I think I fell. Now, can we blow this up? No, we cannot. Dang it. Unless I'm missing like a scan portion. I can't remember if my wife actually played Tomodachi Life or not. I don't think she did. You know what? I'm honestly baffled. I cannot remember if she did or not. We'll see if she's still in the chat and then she'll let me know. Okay, game, come on. What am I supposed to do? Okay, scanning. That's a scan. Yeah, dude, send it to me on the Discord. I would love that. bombs. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hash Brown. That was it. I totally forgot we had the ball bombs. Yeehaw. Look, we can actually move now. We can progress. What is that, 20 minutes of just going back and forth, roughly? And then I think we can, yeah. That's such a weird thing. Doing the charge beam and holding it and charging it up actually sucks in the power-ups. Like, it's a good way to have that happen. It's kind of odd. Oh, wow. Okay, so those are bad things. We don't like those. Don't fall down. Just in case. Pop out. There we go. Yeah, Metroid 1. Dude, it's such a good game. Like, the whole series, like I said, it's really good. And I was talking about this last night, that this is a series that I never actually would have appreciated playing it back when it came out, because I remember my best friend loved the Metroid series, and he kept showing me this game as he was playing through it when it first came out on the GameCube. But I was never the type to backtrack. I did not really enjoy that style of gameplay too much. And so if I would have tried to play it back then, I don't think I would have enjoyed it, and it would kind of put me off of it, and I would have bad memories. But now I can just go, oh, dude, this game is super, super fun, enjoyable, and, you know, have a blast with it. So I'm happy that I came to it now and can appreciate it a lot more. So I missed a rune. So we got 4. The circle, the lines, and then the diagonal lines. That's those lines. So maybe it kind of reset when I came down. Let's see. Is there anywhere? Oh, it's that one. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Geronimo! Okay, good. No fall damage. It was probably not the smartest thing to do in the world, but it's fine. There we go. Beep bop, beep bop. Cool. Hey, look at that. Looky, 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 I got a hooky. I don't know why I just thought of hook for a second there. So I can basically talk about this. I can't show it off tonight, unfortunately, but I just recorded the quick look, or whatever I'm gonna call it, for Pinball FX VR. It comes out tomorrow, and it's super, super, super cool. And so I was playing that right before I went live, and I was talking about all the different, you know, series that game has, and it's got like Addams Family Pinball and Twilight Zone Pinball and stuff like that, and it's really, really cool. I can't wait to show it off. Very, very cool. But that just reminded me of the hook thing. Well, this is a new one. This one comes out tomorrow, and it's called Pinball FX VR, but it's a built from the ground up VR. Okay. There we go. I love that, you know, that you can see the visor and see her face in the reflection of the visor. That is so cool. What an awesome game, man. This thing always reminds me of the Half-Life boss in that big cylindrical tube level. Ooh. Die! Die, monster, die! There we go. You know, this also kind of reminds me, I don't know why, of Mega Man. I mean, the charge shot and stuff, it reminds me of Mega Man X. Ooh, okay, boss fight. My wife keeps asking me, when are you gonna play Mega Man? When are you gonna play Mega Man on the stream? And I keep telling her, I really suck at Mega Man. I would love to, but I'm just so bad at Mega Man. Yes, it would be fun to watch, but I don't also want to be mad on stream. And that's, I think, the big thing is I'm trying to be very careful of getting mad. And Mega Man, when I fail terribly, I kind of get mad. Reaper Vine, is that it? No. Yeah, exactly. Harder than Dark Souls. You don't know why, but you've only played 1, 2, and 11. Dude, what is it? 9, 10, and 11 are really good throwbacks. I honestly think those are fantastic games. I grew up with Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. And then I never really played X, the Super Nintendo versions, X1, X2, and X3, until like high school, when emulators started showing up in 1999, 2000, is when I started playing Mega Man X. And I thought Zero was really cool. Okay, what is this thing called? Flagara. Okay. You gotta find him. Parasite Queen. Nope. I did scan it, right? I don't think I saw it say that it scanned. It just... Okay, there we go. I just had to complete it. It like moved away. Oh no! No. Please don't. I accidentally closed it out. And it didn't save. We haven't saved it since the beginning. That's the bummer thing about these games. You can't save in the middle of them. That's why emulators are rad, except for when you play them and they don't have save states. Oh, I'm so bummed out. It's okay. These things happen. This has happened twice so far on this game. It happened last night where I didn't save and we lost like half an hour of progress. And then now I accidentally closed out the emulator and lost everything that we just did for the last, what? I don't know. How long have I been going for? Whatever. It's fine. It's okay. Yes, there is a Switch emulator. It's called Yuzu or Ryujinx. There's a couple of them. Yeah, I did save it, but it was after I kind of figured out where we needed to go. So we kind of need to do this all over again, but now that I know where to go and what to do, we'll make this happen quick, all right? So we need to go left, and we'll get back pretty quickly here. I can get through this. So we jump down here, we scan this sucker. Grab that, and here we go. So what was I talking about before I so stupidly ruined my chances with that boss fight? I love all systems, but man, Nintendo has some really good systems. GameCube. I was never a fan of the GameCube that much. back in the day, but I do recognize that there are some great games on the system, like with everything. I was talking with my best friends today after the Switch 2 announcement, and it always comes back to the games. Hardware doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. It's all about the games. If the game is good, I'm gonna play it. How are you able to play 64 on Switch? Yeah, you can. The Switch Online stuff doesn't work great on the emulator, but it does work. I should have just shot. Oh well. That's fine. That's fine. We got through it, right? What is that? Oh, that's just that thingy. Right. So we're missing 2. One's right there. What's up, McChimpy? Sorry, I saw you and I think I accidentally closed out my game as soon as as you were talking. How are you doing tonight, buddy? Yeah, the Soul Calibur game, Soul Calibur 2, had 3 different versions for the major platforms, and they all had different special characters, guest characters. So the GameCube version, which was the best, had Link as the guest character. Heihachi was the one for PlayStation, and Spawn was the one for Xbox. And that was super cool. I thought that was awesome. What a great idea. Oh, we scanned the Dude, I know, right? So a few years ago, I watched this like mini documentary on Todd McFarlane, and I went, oh my gosh, dude, Todd McFarlane is actually rad. Like, just the way that he built his empire up, being at Marvel and drawing Spider-Man, and then going, you know, they're basically taking all of our ideas, and we have no creative like control over the characters that we create. We don't get residual kickbacks from the characters that we create and stuff. So he made, what was it, Image Comics, and like started off with Spawn, and basically every creator that works with them owns their creations. And I thought that was awesome. So I started reading Spawn for the first time. Like, I had a few Spawn comics back in the day. I had some Spawn action figures back in the day. I saw the original Spawn movie in the movie theater when it came out. So like, I'm familiar with Spawn, but I never read the comics, you know, in its entirety. So I started reading the Spawn comics, and I really enjoyed them, especially like the first like maybe 20 or so. And the HBO series, yes, the cartoon HBO series is wild as well. And it's like such a weird thing. Spawn was just not a big thing, right? Even though it is, like, it's a big thing, but at the same time, no one remembers Spawn. Oh, I didn't see anything about the James Bond game coming to Switch 2, but I did hear about it. Did they show off anything, or was it just an announcement of this title is coming to the Switch 2? Run for it, Samus. I was gonna say Metroid, that's not her name. All right, here we go, we're back. Hey, that didn't take too long. Just an announcement, okay, cool, thank you. Today's been really crazy and very, very busy, so I didn't even get to watch the direct. I was waiting for work to be over and to either do a live, you know, talk over of it on the stream, or record a video of me watching it and talking over it, because we've done that a few times on the stream, but I just didn't have the time for it, sadly. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, Like, she backs up and then it kills the scan, so I have to like just tap it and scan it again. Okay, let's do this again. Flagara. There we go. Okay. Creatures. Where are you? Flagara. Flagara. Whatever. I'm really bad at pronunciation with monsters and things that don't have like an easy pronunciation. This mutant plant is a source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagara's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagara's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit the flaw when possible, and concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. Okay, so lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable. Got it. Ugh. So shoot. Dazing her, I guess. Trying to figure out where to go here. So we need to kill that sunlight. I was thinking, oh man. Okay, that ain't it. That ain't it. Okay, so those bounce off. Okay. So this is kind of where I'm stuck. I'm not really sure. Give me 1 second. I just gotta figure this out first. Because we're not doing damage to her at all. I'm calling it a girl, all right? And I know that we need to get in there and roll in and whatever. That's what we needed to do. Got it. Okay. It might just be Flagra. Yeah, it could be Flagra. Like I said, I'm not the best at pronunciations. Okay, I messed that up. Man. Okay, there we go. All right. Boom. What when you're asking Hash Brown, are you when you say first the Super Nintendo, then the 64, now the Switch 2, if you're right, what are you talking about? I might have missed one of your messages. Die! Die, demon spawn of Satan! Oh, do I need to get this one down too? So I need to get all three of them. Nintendo boss fights, man. Oh, for the 007 game for James Bond. No, the first James Bond game was technically the first real one was GoldenEye 007 on the 64, Nintendo 64. And then there was a myriad of James Bond games. On the PlayStation, they had a James Bond racing game. On PlayStation 2 and Xbox, they had games like Agent Under Fire and Nightfire. And then there was a Super Nintendo James Bond Jr. game, which was an old classic Saturday morning cartoon about James Bond Jr., his son. Ooh, I'm getting hurt, man. Crap. Crap. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Okay. Dude. Come on. There we go. All right. There it is. That was close. Taking off. Dude, Hash Brown, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good one, my friend. Take care and God bless. All right. Now... Oh, man. Crap. Oh my gosh, dude. No! Oh, dude. And are you kidding? From the last save? Okay, so let's call the emulator crash a death, and we'll call that a second death for tonight. Wow, I can't believe there's not a save closer to the boss. Man. Okay. Well, now that we have to do this a third time, man, just zero progress tonight. That's okay. These things happen. We'll make it even faster this time. So your wife was making chicken and she passed out, woke up going, oh no, I need to make chicken and thaw it for tomorrow, is what I got out of that story from it being read to me. And if so, hey, chicken is good. I'm all for, oh man, chicken's great. Give me those. And where's the other one? Is it right here? Yeah. And then the fourth one is at the top. Come on, scan it. Thank you. Man, that was close. Oh, crap. Okay. Dang it. Game? I swear, dude, this game is just wanting me to die tonight. Okay, where are the bugs? I might need to just slow down a little bit. I think I'm rushing because I'm trying to get back to the boss. And when I rush, I make mistakes. I said this in my class today. When you rush through things, you start making mistakes, stupid mistakes that are unnecessary. So don't do it. And I gotta take my own advice. One of the hardest things for me when it comes to cooking is the thawing, because I don't know what I'm in the mood for half of the time until like right when I'm ready to eat. So thinking about when to pull meat out of the freezer, you know, and thaw it or like stuff, that's very hard for me to kind of make plans for. I hate it. Like I want to be able to go, I want steak tonight, and be able to take the steak out from the freezer and immediately start cooking it. I don't want to wait for it to thaw. I don't want to think about it the night before or anything like that. So that's kind of always my big issue with meat and cooking dinners and stuff. I just hate planning, really, is what it comes down to. I just hate planning. Man, talking about 007 with hash brown, that A, I want hash browns now. B, I want to play some GoldenEye, man. Or even just some of the other James Bond games. They were really good. Nightfire, Agent Under Fire. Here we go. I've got this boss down pat now. I was just taking way too many hits, not really paying attention. And not realizing that when I hit it, it tips it up a little bit, but you have to continually hit it to lift it up all the way until it locks. That locking was the big issue. Raw. Ah, I hate that he keeps knocking it out like that. Oh, baking's so good. I wish I was good at baking. I like baking more than cooking. But okay, I take that back. I like baked goods more than cooking. There we go. It is. It totally is a science. There's a lot to baking that you have to be very careful about. Man. Yep. It's why when I watch like people who do cooking shows, I'm kind of baffled because they always are so flippant about what they put in. They're like, oh, just add a pinch here or a dash there. And I'm like, that's not a scientific measurement. You cannot tell me to add a pinch or a dash. I need exact measurements. Did I get it already? Oh, stay, stay, stay. No! Oh, come on, man. This game. You gotta be kidding. Stop it, dude. I wonder if maybe this is what I need to do. Roll so I can move faster. Oh my gosh, dude, this boss sucks. The continual knocking down and having to go all the way around. Just stay. Just stay. Good grief. There we go. Whew. Oh, man. Finally. Yeehaw. Oh, dude, by the way, thank you for the subscription, man. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I did not even see that until just now. Okay, so I thought the boss fight was over, and it's clearly not. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We got one more, it looks like. One more. Yeah! Suck it, Flagra. Go down. Here we go. Dude, yeah, it really doesn't feel like 3 months at all. You started showing up when it was when we were playing Moss, right? When we were playing the Moss games with Farmer True and stuff, with the raid. I believe that's when you came in, and man, those games were so good. I really hope that they do a new Moss game or something. I know Quill's story kind of ended, but it did seem like they left it open. Do we get the screw attack? Is this actually the screw attack? Yeah. Or double jump. Yeah, screw attack's like at the end of the game, right? That's the screw attack symbol, that's all I know. Yeah. Oh, it's a suit. The Vario suit acquired. So that's probably the heat suit. I'm assuming dangerous areas of heat are now accessible. Excellent. Now give me a save point. Give me a save point, game. Give me a save point now. Back out. Go to the main menu. And right behind us is where we need to go. Cool. I love it. New suit. New suit, new me. Oh, shoot. Water. Okay. All right. Ooh, that's dark. Whew. I might have to crank up the brightness a little bit here. Man, the ambience in this game. The just sheer amount of art and environmental, stuff in this game is so cool. Okay. I should probably just roll under it. Or we can actually be smart about this and look in the logbook. Shriekbat, Reaper Vine, Pulse Bamboo. A life form of raw energy periodically releases explosive segments. Pulse bamboos are energy beings invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them, however. They lack any intelligence beyond the instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Pulse bamboos are producing energy consistently, and all access energy is shred, regardless of who or what may be nearby. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Nope. That was bad. That was real bad. That is not what I believe should have happened. I hope I didn't screw that up. Okay, bees. Man. I should have like been a little bit more careful there. Okay, we got more lore. Spreading evil. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison sweep even further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn away in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. Thank you all. Acting. I gotta have fun with those. Getting a little framey here, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not happy about that. Thank you. Thank you for being cool about my crazy acting there. Okay. Okay, so I guess we don't have access to that. We need the spider ball, but where the heck do we get that? Access to Magmore Caverns North granted. Well, before we do that, that's an elevator, and we can go straight through here first. No, let me up. Let me up, let me up. Man, this is such a cool game. Like, I'm really digging it. I wish I could play it in VR, because the GameCube version in VR is actually really cool and it still holds up, but I did want to play like a actual really good version of this controller stuff. You know, like there's a reason why I'm playing this remastered version. I think it's worth it. But I would have really, really liked. Say what? Okay. That was that part. We also got this. So we got a new Chozo lore. I want to save, man. I need to save. Give me a second here. The future is a vague thing, ever changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability for seeing the future, it would be only a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its waters dry up, and there is nothing we can do to stop such a tragedy. But we know this, unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. We will, the will of the Chozo will never run dry. Thank you. Acting. Again, the acting thing is actually just from John Lovitz, from one of his characters. But whenever I overact, I always think of that sketch, and I always got to say that. Okay, so what else am I able to do here? I don't think I'm able to do anything. I need to, like, move these out of the way. It appears to be the second of 3 locking mechanisms that seal the gate. And this is the third of 3 locking mechanisms. This part of the gate is now unlocked. So how do we... Oh! Yeah! Cool. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up there, though. Oh, man. If I could only get up there. Yeah, there's no way. I don't have enough bombs. Bummer. What is in there? Is it... Okay, so it's a missile. It's an extra missile hatch. Okay. And then when we go out there, that's, I think, an extra health thing, right? An energy tank, so... Oh, no. I've scanned these guys before, right? Yeah, the beetle. Haha! Caca! Ah. There it is. Yeah, dude, I'll take it. Give me that energy tank. Increased by 100. Man, we could have used that on that boss fight. I'll tell you, I can't do a Hank Hill, man. I just can't do it. Oh, and they relock, I guess. That's kind of a bummer. And I don't think I can jump and... No. Okay. I was going to say maybe I can, like, jump up there. Now, hold on a second. Hold the phone. Let's look at our suits. So we got our power suit and we got our Vara suit. The Vara suit has increased heat resistance to the power suit. Samus's notes say, this modification increases the suit's defensive shielding. While the Vara suit can handle higher temperatures than normal, extreme heat sources and heat-based attacks will only cause still cause damage. Thank you, Samus. Okay. Now, right? No, that's just the world map. Okay, bummer. Bummer. I wish I could add, like, hey, this is a locked area. I need to come back here later on. That's kind of the one bummer thing that I wish that I had more information for. But whatever. All right. Back out. Let's go back to the map. That's an oh, right, the elevator. Whee! Okay, just making sure. I wish I could remap those buttons. Back or the minus button should always be the map button. All right, here we go. Elevator. How are we doing with the weather? The weather is still doing okay. It says it's windy, but it should be good. So I put on the schedule today. I was going to think about playing the new Croc remaster. If you never played Croc, it was an old PlayStation 1 game. and they came out with a remaster today. And I was gonna play it, but man, like I said at the beginning, I've been thinking about playing this all day long, and I just really want to continue playing this game. Yes, it was definitely another like Spyro-esque 3D platformer game. It was actually one of the first. It was around the same time as, I think it released either, it released a month after Super Mario 64, which is incredible because if you look at what Croc did, it does a lot of the same 3D, you know, stuff. But Mario 64 was such an influential game and just like changed the landscape of gaming that Croc kind of got left under, you know, left under the bleachers, I guess. But it's definitely not as good as Mario 64. So you can't go, oh, it got shafted. Like, no. But it's a good game. Please save point. Thank you. Man, yes, I do want to save. Please save. ABS. Always be saving. But I did want to play it tonight, and I just was like, nah, dude, I'm gonna play Metroid. I'm really digging this, and hopefully, if I continue to play this like every night, pretty much, we can get through this game pretty quickly and then move on to 2 and 3. I would love to play through all 3 of them before Metroid Prime 4 comes out. What the heck is this thing? Nope. Nope. Not a Reaper. Grisby? Is that what it is? Grisby. All right. Subvolcanic carrier feeder. Carapace can be breached by missiles. The Grisby's carapace can be fused together by superheated air. This barrier stands up to everything but concussive blasts. Its intelligence is limited to instinctive scavenging patterns. Got it. All right, buddy. Bye. Aw. I kind of feel bad. I kind of don't want to waste my missiles, but I have to remember this game gives you back your ammo pretty easily. There we go. That was kind of cool. You have to actually like pull it out of the ground with the charge. All right, Magmore Caverns. I'll take it. Bring it on. I should scan. I really love being able to scan these enemies and kind of look at them. Again, this is something that younger Ryan just would not put up with. I would not take the time to research. I would just brute force everything. And I'm trying to, I still am like that. So I'm trying to break my bad gaming habits by slowing down and doing the thing the game is trying to get me to do, and really learning the intricacies of the extra details of games. So I do like that I can scan pretty much everything and then learn about it a little bit more. So the Magmore, a fire-breathing serpent that dwells in lava. Magmores prefer extreme heat zones and are susceptible to frigid attack forms. Sightless, they navigate the lava currents using their sonar receptors. Magmores have a keen sense of smell, enabling them to pinpoint the targets with startling accuracy. Okay, so freeze attacks. We can't really hurt this thing. Okay, maybe we can. It just said it's more susceptible to freeze attacks, it looks like, or sounds like, perhaps. Hold on. Crap, 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 crap. I should have jumped up first and then scanned. But it does kill a lot of the, you know, the pacing of the game when you are continually stopping and scanning and reading pretty much like every single enemy in the game. A puffer. This reminds me of the Pokemon coughing. My wife was, or in wheezing. My wife was telling me about this earlier today because there's apparently a Pokemon called coughing or wheezing. And it evolves into one of the other ones. And we picked up our cat, and our cats are very fat, and so they kind of wheeze a little bit. And she was like, Master Bruce, our big fat cat, he's basically that Pokemon. All right. A puffer is an unstable gas formed or filled organism and will rupture on contact. Puffers fill their body with lethal metavibrin gas and float about in search of food. If ruptured, the gas within the puffer is violently released. Despite their fragile bodies, puffers are aggressive hunters. The gas cloud they release upon the death often are fatal to the creature that brings them down as well. All right. Whoa. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I think I am. There we go. Wow. I want to know what that warning thing is. I have no idea what that is. Stress fractures can be seen all throughout the sandstone wall. Okay. Nope. And probably, right? Yeah. There we go. I know I kind of keep saying it, but think about what Metroid was at the time of this release. A 2D side-scroller Metroid game where you are backtracking a lot and exploring and getting upgrades to your suit as you progress. That unlocks more areas. And the fact that they changed this up into a first-person shooter and made it as good as it is, but still keeping the DNA of the original Metroid series, just unbelievable. Yeah, it totally was. For the fans of this series, like, it was just pure heaven. Indicates viable grapple point. Okay, so we're gonna get the grapple beam pretty quick here, I'm assuming. Yeah, my best friend at the time, like, he loved Metroid, and so when this game came out, he would continually try and get me to play it. And I was just like, dude, I don't play Metroid games. I don't enjoy them. And like I said, I kind of regret it because I know that they're good games. And I knew that they were good games. It was just games that I personally weren't really into. Okay, let's get this creatures thing really quick. But now I appreciate it a lot more. So I'm more open to enjoying this series. I would not have enjoyed it back then. The Triclops. A hard-shelled creature with powerful jaws, the Triclops is a hunter-gatherer. It collects small creatures and bits of foodstuff, then deposits them elsewhere for later consumption. With hard tripartite mandibles, it uses move the earth and rock and are quite strong and difficult to escape once ensnared. Okay, so it doesn't really tell me what I can do with them or how to battle them. And we need to figure out how to get to the other side. And I can't hurt or damage it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I kind of lure it over and then drop a bomb. Ah, crap. And I can't drop a bomb while I'm being held. It kind of paralyzes me. So. There we go. Haha, sucker. Yeah. Is this a little... I was gonna say, is this a little bit of a Easter egg where I drop a bombs in there? No. That's fine. It's steamy in here. Honestly, it's steamy in the studio too. It is boiling hot compared to the last 4 months. It's weird. It's either super stupidly hot or really freezing cold. There has not been really any middle normal weather in the last 4 to 6 months since we moved, basically. It's weird. Okay, I fell down. Ow. Oh, okay. Don't go through the gas clouds either. I should probably look at the map. I'm trying to figure out my location and where I'm supposed to go first. So I can either go left or right. Let's go right. I feel good about right. So I need to go to the underneath area to go right. How do we get there? There it is. Yeah. Suck it, monsters. I love that. That's great. What a cool little mechanic. Crap. Except for that. Okay, at least it finally did kind of throw me out. We didn't have to wait for it to go all the way over. Man, it is getting a little framey though. I'm definitely gonna have to change some settings to make sure that this runs a little bit better. It's dropping some frames every once in a while, and I'm just not used to that. I'm not used to games not running well on my PC. Okay, that was totally worth it. More missiles. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I've got basically like a fairly brand new PC. Last year I built a new PC, so I'm good on the PC CPU side. And even honestly, the GPU is totally fine. But when it's VR streaming, along with a lot of the mods, you know, when you run the mods for VR, then it's not good. Yeah, I don't even have a 4090. I've got a 4070 Ti in this thing. So I'm running a 4070 Ti in this. And it does fine for just regular, you know, run-of-the-mill VR games. But when you start trying to stream that VR capture to another computer to stream it out to, you know, you guys, along with mods as well, dude, it's not up to snuff. And I was so excited because it was like, all right, cool, 5090, here we go. It's expensive, whatever, but it's an investment. It's going to be a really good card for a very long time, right? I've never had a 50 or like an X90. I've always had the 80 series, like the 1080 Ti, which was an awesome card. So I've always had the 80 series, but never the 90 series. And with these last few rounds of cards within video, because of the pandemic, it was just like, dude, it's not even worth, or it's not worth paying the scalper prices. So that was a real big bummer. And I was like so set on getting a 5090, and it's straight up just impossible right now. And it's back to the pandemic, basically. Super crazy scalped prices and impossible trying to find it. You just can't find the amount. Yeah, they're stupidly expensive. But what's really cool is my wife is always totally down to buy stuff if we save. She's always like, yeah, you could buy it. We just got to save up for it. And I'm like, okay, by the time the cards are going to be available for a reasonable price, we can save that money. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And I'm just like, all right, we'll save, but it's going to be a while because those cards are just impossible to find. Dang it. Oh crap. No. Okay, good. At least I didn't die. Oh man. Stupid coughing. Yeah. Yeah, 370 to 490, but dude, I'm so jealous of you, dude. Like, unbelievably jealous that you have that great of a card, because it's worth it. It just sucks too, because I was always the one that bought everything before I got married. I would always buy top end, always. Computer's my life, right? I was always in IT, so that was my job, and always gamed. It was my main hobby, and I was, you know, a bachelor, so of course I would spend my money on my main, you know, fun thing in life. When I got married, my wife was like, yeah, I don't care what you buy as long as we can afford it and as long as we save up for it. So just make sure that we save up for whatever you want, and you can get it. So I'm super happy about that. It's now that with the pandemic and all that stuff, it's like I can't even get the high-end cards because they're physically not, like, if I said I have $3,000 for a new GPU right now, I still couldn't get it if I wanted to. I'm telling NVIDIA, I have money, please let me give you $3,000. And they go, nah, we didn't want to produce enough. Nah, we didn't want to give it to we didn't want to give it to our fans. We just wanted to give it to scalpers. Anyone who would buy the thing, right? And it just sucks. I'm literally screaming at NVIDIA, let me give you thousands of dollars. And they're like, eh. Yeah. You know, I really try to look at it objectively, but it's just like, dude, there's got to be something where they're like, it doesn't benefit them at all. And I had arguments online when this was going on. It doesn't benefit them from all to, sorry, that stupid spam bot. It doesn't benefit them at all to give it to scalpers, right? Yeah, jeez. They got the source code, yeah. Ah, crap, dude. I am not doing well right here. Okay, let's pause here really quick and take a stock of our life. So when we go up, we can go to the left or we can go to the right. So let's go up again. I gotta be a little bit more careful. I think I'm being a little bit cavalier here. A little too cavalier. A little Raph. Yeah, a little too Raph. No, it's, hey, look, it's Raph. Yeah, a little too Raph. Man, the original Ninja Turtles movie, unbelievable that we got to experience that as kids with that quality of a Ninja Turtle movie. That first one was incredible. Report the signs of magma predator activity to Security Central at once. Yeah, don't make them like that anymore, that's for sure. Local crystal formations possess the low phazon residue. I will say that as a kid, when those movies came out, 1 was awesome and I loved it. But when 2 came out, I was all about 2. The Ninja Rap, Toka and Razor, Vanilla Ice, Michelangelo doing Around the World with the yo-yo, I think it was. Like, all of that stuff, which is much more goofy and childish, I loved as a kid. But now looking back on it, you know, you have, you know, hindsight and, you know, a much more mature appreciation for the source material. Dude, the first movie is like bar none perfect. 2 is good, but in much more of a childish, goofy way. Like it's more of a fun movie. Hold on, let's go back. Okay, that's not gonna work. Man, if we do Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 and finish those all within this month, I should do a, like, some sort of thing for doing Metroid Prime Hunters. Because I barely remember it. I remember it, the demo came with the DS. And that's all I played it once and never played it again. Because again, I wasn't really into Metroid. Access to the Fendarana drifts north granted. All right. You have to phonetically speak that. Work on phonics, work it for me. Hook it on phonics. Brian, you're stupid. Shut up. Ooh, we're all in a snow cavern now. Love it. This ice structure blocks the hall. Oh, okay. What? Huh. It does look like Skyrim. I was gonna say, is that a hole that we can go into? No, we cannot go into that hole. Yeah, a little juggle there. I don't think that we can go through this one. Oh, I spoke too soon. Yeah, man, oh my gosh. Thinking about Skyrim, which I think Skyrim's very overrated nowadays. It came out in 2012. There's been so many games that have surpassed Skyrim, but the experience of what Skyrim was back in 2012 was just mind-blowing. And I had the store at the time, so I sold that game to people, and people would come in for months telling me about Skyrim, and I'm like, dude, I have no time to play it. I was so busy with the store at that time period, back in November of 2012, that I just could not spend time playing Skyrim. So once the store closed down and I was out of a job and out of my livelihood, I sat at home for like several months and just played Skyrim. And oh my gosh, it was like, dude, this is unbelievable. This huge world has so much going on in it. It was incredible. Yeah, I mean, Bethesda's a big company and their games hold a lot of weight and they continue porting games to systems that don't have mods, like the Nintendo Switch and things like that, and still sell gangbusters. So I don't think it's only the fact that modders are keeping alive Bethesda, but they do help a lot. Those mods really do keep the PC version alive for sure. Decades after, a decade plus after the game has come out. Oh man, this looks great. Yeah. Skyrim VR modded is awesome. It's funny, my wife plays that. She used to play it all the time, and she hasn't really played it much since we moved. But she was playing it for a long time, and then save. Yeah, seriously, where's our save? I mean, there's save rooms, so we gotta go find it first, right? That's kind of the bummer part, is I have no idea where these save rooms are. Yeah, I love watching my wife play Skyrim VR too. It's really funny. And so now that I stream every night and I play games mostly on stream, and we don't really play a lot of games together anymore, which sucks. I gotta figure out a way to do that, because that was like always super fun to play games together. But she was like, hey, you got the Quest 2. Can I play Skyrim VR while you're streaming up in the studio? And I was like, yeah. So I set it up, and she played it a few times, but I still need to build out the Wi-Fi in our new house to the point where it actually has Wi-Fi 6 for, or I have all the access points, but I basically need to build it out so that we run the Ethernet in the ceiling and then run the drops where we want to put them. So we just haven't done that. I've been so sick. It's been so cold, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully within the next month or so, I think that's kind of like one of my big things is building out the network cabinet for our house and actually putting those access points down. She's texting me, hey, the storms are coming close. Make sure that you stop streaming soon. Oh, Blade and Sorcery. Oh my gosh, yeah. I've been waiting for that, and I do believe it came out in 1.0 at this point, right? I was waiting for that for quite a while because it was just in early access for years, and then I believe they finally did put it out in 1.0. Yeah, I haven't really paid attention to it since then. Okay, what the heck is this thing? I wish it would tell me the name of the thing before I back out of it. Is it the crystallite? No, that's that thing. Shell of the crystallite reflects beam weapons and can only be cracked by a concussive blast, so rockets. They hang upside down in the cave during their larval stage. Moisture runs off of its body and forms hard ice shell, which the crystallite retains for the rest of its life. That's honestly super cool. I love that lore, man. That's really cool. Is it the flicker bat? I think this is it. Scavenger with the optical camouflaging that renders it invisible to the naked eye. Flicker bats are deceptive. Only way to track them reliably is with X-ray imaging. They fly carelessly, hunting insects and other small prey. Oh, dude, yeah, modders. Okay, that is the flicker bat. Okay. Oh! I just learned this. If I hold it after it scans, then I can actually go through the logbook without actually pulling up the logbook. Okay, dude, that's super helpful. One guy made a working boat with randomly generated sails. Then you can actually pull down the sails. All the other big ships with enemies and modders are insane, dude. I'm always impressed with people who mod games. I wish I was good at it. I wish I had the patience to actually mod games, because I don't. I straight up don't. Oh, whoa. Blast shield over door is secure. Shield controls are elsewhere in the Findera shoreline area. Okay, so we can't go there. And we just drop down. So let's bring up our map with the plus button. And let's go this way. So we can either go up that way or we just drop down and we can't go that way. So we need to go to the other side. Up there, perhaps. Perhaps abilities. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I would love to play Blade and Sorcery again after the 1.0 came out. Oh, man, I keep hitting the wrong button, dude. Okay, so there's actually a couple different rooms up here. Oh, this water wheel area. There we go. Beep, bop, beep. Poor guy. The door directly above has been unlocked. Sweet. Okay. And running on the water does not kill me because it's not lava or poison water. Sweet. Man. This game just keeps delivering, dude. All right, so holding, pushing A. Ha 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 ha, the scatter bamboo. Pulsing tendrils of energy extend from the creature's body. Like all bamboos, these creatures can only be harmed by electrical energy. Proximity to these life forms may result in electrical visor interference. It is possible to avoid engaging scatter bamboos by rolling into the morph ball and slipping between the rotating energy streams. Got it. Thank you. I didn't go through it, but whatever. Good grief, dude. Going back and forth. The exploring is what I really like about this series. But honestly, I think everything about this series, this is one of those series that I can enjoy in pretty much every aspect. The graphics, the music, the storyline, the mechanics. Everything about this series is so well done that it just is great. Oh, Okami, yeah, Baby She-Goths. Glacial Predator. Glacial Predator. Glacier. Ice shells protect vulnerable dorsal area, and young she-goths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serves to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With this being their only weak point, baby she-goths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. And powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra cold gas at potential prey, and then feast on their frozen victims. Okay, so I'm not gonna. Oh, geez. Okay. I don't know if I can kill those things right now. I'm not even gonna try. Now, did it say resilient serves to protect their vulnerable flesh? will turn quickly in order to not allow predators to strike at their backs. Okay. So somehow I gotta get behind them and shoot them if I can. I would like to kill them because they seem like a pretty big threat. Whee! Again, a little bit of frameness. I'm kind of a little bit bummed out by how framey this game has been. Yeah, I gotta finish Okami at some point. I never did. Ice burrower. Burrow adapts to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form. The ice burrower has adapted to the frigid climate of the Fendara. It spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passerbys. Boom. Got you. And I'm pretty good on health too, so I'm not really worried too much about taking a little bit of damage. We're not going for a no-hit run here. Poor Samus, though. She keeps getting hit. Man. Good grief, dude. Yeah, like this whole area is like pretty framey, and I'm not happy about that. Okay, are we back at this main area again? We are. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop down. Ooh. The ice covering the can be melted with extreme heat. Okay, so we need a heat weapon for that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna save here for tonight because the weather is starting to get pretty bad. And that's the reason why I jumped on and started streaming earlier, because I knew the weather is going to be bad. There's a tornado coming. So I gotta be careful, and I gotta do what my wife says, and I'm A-okay with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it here for today. And then tomorrow, hopefully we can come back tomorrow night and play one of two things, or three things. We got three possibilities. We can play more Metroid Prime. We can play a little bit of Croc, the remastered version of Croc, which came out today. Or we can play some Pinball FX VR, which honestly, I am fine doing either one of those, but I think I'm having a blast with this game. I want to continue on with it. So tomorrow, hopefully the weather will be a little bit better. Hopefully, God willing, the studio doesn't blow away, and I'm sure we'll be fine. But that's going to do it for me. Everyone, thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching with me. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow night for more video games. Until then, bye-bye. Wrong one.